Go to Amazon.com, Barnes & Nobles, or any available outlets and pick up a copy of Memoir of a Hustler, 964-201 by Ronnie Fontaine. You can also download it to your Kindle, Nook, and Fire. Enjoy the read.
That's it.
Good morning. This is Sara Felder, host of Kitchen Table Conversation and also the founder of Peacock Project. Today I have an exclusive guest, Sara Kaufmann, and we're going to be talking about Darlie Routier. Let me go ahead and give you a little bit of story about Darlie. She was convicted of capital murder, 1 count, of the murder of her 5-year-old son, Damon, in 1996. She was never charged with the murder of her other son, 6-year-old Devin. Both boys were stabbed to death with a large kitchen knife. Darlie was 26 years old at the arrest, and now she is 49 years old. She was sentenced to death where she sits now on death row in Texas. Today I'm going to talk to Sara Kaufmann. Darlie connected me to Sara so my organization, Peacock Project, could team up and be a part of hashtag Team Free Darlie. My organization, and along with Operation Freedom, good friend of mine, Brian Vickers, are the Illinois chapter for hashtag Team Free Darlie. I'm honored to be a part of this because that is what Peacock is all about. It is about freeing the wrongly convicted, and Sara is what Peacock Project is, the voice of the one to fight the fights for those that cannot. I also wanted to read, before I bring Sara on the line, I wanted to read a letter that Darlie had wrote to me. She starts off to say, live from the Nut Hut. This place is never ending, and I have to constantly thank the Lord for keeping the sane and covering me with His grace. I know the world is just as crazy out there, my dear friend, and I'm praying for you and yours. Also, I'm learning that I need His reminders throughout the day to help me. What about you? How have you been, and what's been going on? I had a 3-hour visit with 2 of my attorneys, and it was good and productive. I believe we're going to see some big things towards the end of the year. Well, not really at the end, but later in the part of the year. I cannot wait until I'm able to share more with you. We are working on a memorial for June. You should have already received the card, save the date, which I have. And it is to have the people come on to be able to share in freeing Darlie. She also puts, P.S. my love, thank you for the cute Heart Day card and picture. Now, I'm going to bring on line Sara Kaufmann, where she can go ahead and talk about her visits with Darlie as she visited her on death row. So as now we wait for Darlie to call in. I'm sorry, Sara to call in.
All right. Well, this is Wanda Carter. I'm here with Sara, and it's just so interesting listening to her as she does this job. So now she's going to bring on Sara.
Hey, Sara. It's Sara. How are you?
Hi, Sara.
Okay, I just gave a little bit of introduction about Darlie, and I want you to go ahead and talk about your relationship with her.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you guys letting me talk, first of all. It's hard to hear Darlie from death row. So, she always has a lot of people speaking for her.
Yes.
At the end, I will read some words from her, but for now, she had a documentary air in June, The Last Defense, and it aired on ABC. And I remember her case from when I was a teenager. I remember watching it on the news with my mom, and went on with my life. And 20 years later, or whatnot, here comes The Last Defense. And I saw it, and I said, oh, I think I remember this person. And I got through, it was a 4-part series, and I got through it. And I was just horrified.
Yes.
Because my children are the same age as what Devin and Damon were, really, at the time. And
oh, wow.
Just putting myself in that situation of, what if that happened to me? Like, that could so easily happen to me. And she had no mental illness in the past. She had no run-in with the police, and nothing. This is nothing.
Yes.
And it grabbed my heart, and I reached out to her, and since that, we've built this beautiful friendship, and I've just dedicated my free time outside of my children to fight for her.
Yes, definitely.
So that is how I know Darlie Lynn, and yes, she's like my sister to me now.
Yes, and I had wanted to, we want to share with everyone that, let's talk about, because I cannot believe there's no phone calls on death row where she's at. And I know it was mentioned there's 6 ladies on death row at the facility that she's at now, and they are not allowed to make any phone calls.
Right. No death row inmates in Texas. But yes, there's only 6 women in the unit that they're held in, and she can't even call her lawyers.
Oh,
so
wow.
It has to be by mail. It's very hard for her to be in contact, and there's no physical contact. So she was taken away from her family.
Yes.
All these women, have no family contact, and then no phone calls.
That is unbelievable.
And limited stamps, and they're only allowed to buy stamps in commissary every 2 weeks, which is limited to 30 stamps every 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
So they limit her contact completely.
That is unbelievable. And I know, let's talk about, you did write, if I'm not mistaken, that you did write to try to get the phone calls for the death row inmates to be able to make phone calls, right? Is that what
George Morris. Yes, we have actually a form letter. You could go onto our website, teamfreedarlie.com. There's a form letter we have come up with to mail in to the specific person that we feel is appropriate, the executive director of the TDCJ. And so, yes, we do are writing letters about just the profit that they would make off of it.
Yes.
And that it would benefit the families of these women to be able to speak with them and communicate with them. So that is an active writing campaign that we have going on.
Okay.
And there is also a board meeting in April that allows for public comment. So we will have somebody there representing this request.
Okay, perfect. And also, I want you to tell about the upcoming events. I would like you to share. I just want you to know I did receive the postcard because Darlie did ask in her letter. I did receive save the date to protest and celebrate. So I have mine. I'm looking at it right now. And I want you to go ahead and explain that so the people listening that, would be able to come. We want to get as many people as we can to come and show support because she is sitting on death row wrongly convicted. And it's time for her to come home.
Absolutely. And since the last defense aired, she has gathered a new group of supporters, and her old supporters, but her current supporters had such a great foundation for us to find her and how to help. So with that, we kind of are just running with it, and this June we're doing an event on June 14th and 15th in Dallas and in Austin. To rally for her and the injustice. There's an unknown bloody fingerprint that was left at the crime scene, 85J. So that is our big push, is why has this never been run through AFIS, the automated fingerprint identification system.
And I actually am looking at the postcard also that you're talking about right now, who is 85-J. And I just wanted to say you had sent to my organization, Peacock Project, the postcards, and we have distributed them throughout the United States and through Illinois at my meetings. I do that, so we are 100% Team Free Darlie out here in Illinois. So yes, we have, I do have that. I'm looking at that now. And I want you to talk about the website that you have also. Share that with everyone and your contact, the contact for the website, what they need to do if they want to donate, if they want to help out, what they can do. Talk a little bit about that, Sara.
Absolutely. So we created a website, teamfreedarlie.com, and that is for the event the rallies, fundraising, anything that we're doing, just to get her name out there and to donate if people want to just flat donate, or there will be fundraisers coming up. And the event, again, that's what the website is based for.
Yes.
And there is a link that has a link for darlieslastdefense.com where you can donate. That is ran by her lawyers, the pro bono lawyers, and it will stay on there. All her lawyers work for, do all this for free.
Okay.
They need this money to fly-in specialists to keep the state of Texas honest when they are given items that they're allowed to run for testing.
Okay.
So that's what we're fundraising for.
And go ahead and say the website again, Sarah. Tell us the website one more time, just in case somebody just joined us now, so they have the website.
It is teamfreedarlie.com.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, and then that lists all of the ways that you can help and get involved. It has all the details for the events that we're doing. And June 14th is a special, significant day for Darlie Lynn and this case, really. That would be Devin's 30th birthday. That happened, a week or so after the murders, and that is the day that she had a graveside memorial service.
Okay.
And also a birthday party. And anyway, the silly string was shot that day, and when you look into her case, it is a very significant day, so that's why we do want to rally the courthouse that day.
Okay.
We want to celebrate the boys' lives, and just protest this injustice. We also are welcoming anybody that wants to even just come and protest any wrongful conviction that they are experiencing for anybody in the system, or if they just anti-death penalty. It's just really, we just want to bring people together.
Yes, definitely. My producer, Wanda Carter, has a question for you, Sarah. I'm going to let her go.
Okay.
Wanda, here's Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Fine. The case just seems to be so interesting. And I'm just concerned, what is the objective of the thrust that you all have behind trying to get this woman out of death row? Do you believe that the information that was brought up in court that she was convicted on is not complete, is incomplete, is unjust? What is your reason for thinking that she needs to be supported in terms of getting off of death row? I just want to know.
Sure. Yeah. If you read the case at all, it's junk science.
Okay.
She was no bonded. First of all, she was no bonded on a strand of hair.
What?
And that strand of hair in the screen ended up belonging to a police officer.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. So she was no bonded from that point. It was a rush to judgment. It was character assassination. They had many leads they did not follow.
Wow.
And the jury watched the silly string video 9 times, I believe.
9 times?
That was the most viewed item of evidence that they watched, was the silly string video of this poor woman trying to celebrate. Now, this boy had a birthday party coming up 2 days after this crime happened, a birthday party. He was turning 7. These boys, his friends, had already bought birthday presents and they were ready to go to this birthday party on Saturday. And she was being released from the hospital on Saturday and, doing all this horrible stuff that shouldn't have been happening. And she, on his birthday, on the 14th, they decided to hold a graveside birthday party to allow these children to come and bring their gifts, and they didn't understand what was going on. And what the jury did not see was that there was a 2-hour memorial prayer service before the children arrived.
Wow.
They saw a 30-second video of her singing Happy Birthday and singing Silly String, because the boys love Silly String.
Wow.
But 7 and 5-year-olds don't.
Exactly. And they just took that and made their own assumptions.
They looked at her like she was a psychopath. How could any mother do that? and she was arrested 2 days later.
Wow. Yes, I know. The stories. Just even watching that is a blind person can see this woman is wrongly convicted, sitting on death row. She should not be. There's no way she should be on there, and I cannot believe that if they have a chance to run that fingerprint, what are they waiting for? And we all know what they're waiting for. They know she's innocent.
Sarah.
The fingerprint. There's so many items that are sitting there that the fingerprint, they have excluded everyone. And it was in 2008 when a judge, and this is the reason we protest at the Dallas County Courthouse, because that was the courthouse where a judge, Royal Ferguson, had said, Texas, this is the most convoluted thing I've ever seen. These items need to go through, and you need to run this and this and this. And they have, because now DPS is in charge of it, and they're backlogged, it has now taken, we're coming up on over 10 years now.
So, this is give callers the website that they can go to see the video that you're referring to, so that they can make an assessment themselves and perhaps join your effort to free this woman. And what nationality is this woman?
Oh, she's Caucasian.
Okay, and both of her children, they were both boys?
Yes, they were both boys, Devin and Damon.
And she was charged with murdering both of them?
No, just
no,
one.
No, she was not. Just the younger one. Now, this is the thing. When you research this case, you will see that they did not charge her with Devin's murder, and they could not, in court, in the transcript, they could not prove that there was any ounce of blood or DNA from Devin on the knife.
Wow.
So technically, because they never charged her with with Devin, it's technically still a cold case.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow, that is something.
Go ahead, Sarah. Give again, please, where they can look on to review that.
So the Darley'sLastDefense.com, you can find everything: the trial transcripts, the crime scene photos, the injuries. Everything is on there, and that is ran by her pro bono lawyers.
Okay.
Darley'sLastDefense.com.
Okay. All right. Wow. I admire the work that you ladies are doing, and I just think that more of us need to come together to look at the cases that are out there that people are suffering in prison because they were wrongfully convicted. So keep up the good work, and if I can do anything to support you, I will.
Well, I really appreciate your support, and Darley does too.
And then Sarah,
every help she could get.
Sarah also, she has she had 3 boys, right?
She did, and Drake is 23 now.
And she's not able to even conversate with him because of the phone situation.
Oh yeah, correct. She does not have phone calls with at any point, and so. She did. He did grow up visiting. So
okay. But it's still not the same. Yes.
Yeah.
She had no physical contact with her.
Oh, and that's what I wanted to ask you too. Your visits with her.
Yeah.
Are you able to sit with her face to face? Are you able to hug her, or is it behind the screen? Behind the glass.
It's behind the plexiglass.
Wow.
So she does not have any
physical contact.
No, and if and again with the phone situation, the death row inmates basically live in a punitive state. Even if they are on the work program, they still don't have access to the phones, and that's kind of what we're trying to tell Texas is, if they are working and they have access to the rec room and they're getting their extra yard time, then why not let them have the phones as well for their family's sake and profitability of the phone calls, and then if they are not behaving or they are a danger or they are in the solitary confinement, because if they are not working, then they are in a different little section of their row, and they are in there 23 hours a day, and then they do not get the rec room. So it's just, I just feel like it's a positive thing, and that if we can get enough letters going and enough noise about it, it's already in the general population. I feel it's obtainable.
Okay.
Well, you know what we're going to do when we come back from break? I want to talk about, and I want you also to talk about, so we can let everyone know that is listening how when they do reach out to her, as far as, and if they want to write her a support letter, what kind of stuff that they're able to send. I know she loves stickers, so I just sent her a card. So when we come back from break, we're going to touch on that, and then I want you again to let them know about the event, and I want you to let them know about the website. But before we leave, give us again one more time that website, and then we're going to go to break.
Okay, so if you want to research the case and all of that stuff with her lawyers, that is darleslastdefense.com. And for event details, teamfreedarlie.com.
Spell Darlie.
DARLIE.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. Okay, and we will be back.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Revolution and Represent 107.3 FM. My name is Tarek. Now, listeners, you may remember not too long ago we had a spoken word artist by the name of Sully Breaks. Came down, dropped a live session, and a lot of you were excited about that. I was excited this morning when I opened up a package, had no idea what it was. Opened it up, put it in the player, pressed play, and it totally blew me away. It's his brand new piece from his brand new The Dorm Room EP. I'm going to have to let spoken word do what it does best and let it speak for itself. Brand new Sully Breaks.
Right now, there is a kid finishing parents' evening in a heated discussion with his mother, saying, why does he have to study subjects he will never ever use in his life? And she will look at him blank-eyed, stifle a sigh, think for a second, and then lie. She'll say something along the lines of, to get a good job you need a good degree, and these subjects will help you get a good degree. We never had this opportunity when I was younger. And he will reply, but you were young a long time ago, weren't you, Mum? And she won't respond, although what he implies makes perfect sense, that society's needs would have changed since she was 16. But she will ignore him, grip his hand more sternly, then drag him to the car. But what she doesn't know is that she didn't ignore him just to shut him up. She didn't lie because they were just returning from parents' evening and an argument in the hallway would look bad on her resume. She won't lie because she's just spent the last 1 hour convincing a stern-faced teacher that she will ensure that her child studies more at home. No, she will lie simply because she does not know any better herself. Although her whole adult life she has never used or applied Pythagoras' theorem, pathetic fallacy, and still does not know the value of x, she will rely on society to tell her that her child, who has one of the sharpest minds in the school, is hyperactive, unfocused, easily distracted, and wayward. Students, how many equations, subjects, and dates did you memorize just before an exam never to use again? How many A grades did you get which were never asked for when you applied for a job? How many times have you remembered something 5 minutes just after the teacher said stop writing, only to receive your results 1 month later to realize that you were only 1 mark short of the top grade? Does that mean remembering 5 minutes earlier would have made you more qualified for a particular job? Well, on the application form it would have. We all have different abilities, thought processes, experiences, and genes. So why is a class full of individuals tested by the same means? So does that mean Sherelle thinks she's dumb because she couldn't do a couple of sums? And if this issue is not addressed properly, it then becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Then every school has the audacity to have a policy on equality. The irony. Exams are society's methods of telling you what you're worth. But you can't let society tell you what you are, because it's the same society that tells you that abortion is wrong but then looks down on teenage parents. The same society that sells products to promote natural hair, looks and smooth complexion, with the model on the box half photoshopped and has fake lashes and hair extensions, with pastors that preach charity but own private jets, imams that preach against greed but are all fat, Parents that say they want educated kids but constantly marvel at how rich Richard Branson is. Governments that preach peace but endorse wars. That say they believe so much in the importance of higher education and further learning, then why increase tuition fees every single year? I believe Miss Jefferson when she took me into the office and said that my exams would be imperative to my success. Because we was taught to always follow when Miss Jefferson led. But then I took Jefferson out of the equation and learned to think for myself. I realized we was taught to always follow when Miss led. The irony. Test us with tests, but the finals are never final, because they never prepare us for the biggest test, which is survival. And what I suggest is fairly outlandish, so I do not expect everyone to understand this, except for the kids who knows what it feels like to be worth no more than that D or that A that you get on results day, and the ones whose best stories were never good enough for the English teacher, because apparently you missed out key literal techniques, did not follow the class plan, and the language was too informal for him to understand. But then he'd reference Hamlet and Macbeth, and you'd fight the urge to express your contempt by partially clenching your fist with only your medius finger left protruding in the middle of your hand, and then asked if he was aware that Shakespeare was known as the innovator of slang. Or the kid at the back of the class who thinks, why am I studying something that doesn't fuel my drive? But then when confronted with a maths problem, his eyes come alive. So this one is for my generation, the ones who found what they were looking for on Google, the ones who followed their dreams on Twitter, pictured their future on Instagram, accepted destiny on Facebook. This one's for my failures and my dropouts, for my unemployed graduates, my shop assistants, cleaners and cashiers with bigger dreams, my self-employed entrepreneurs, my world changers and my dream chasers. Because the purpose of why I hate school but love education was not to initiate a worldwide debate, but to let them know that whether 72 or 88, 44 or 68, we will not let exam results decide our fate. Peace. Just these pictures on my phone, sitting all alone, visualizing home. And all my friends were just these pictures on my phone, pictures on my phone, pictures on my phone.
Hi, we're back now with Kitchen Table Conversation. I am Sara Felder, bringing back my exclusive guest, Sara Kaufmann, and I'm here with my producer, Wanda Carter. Okay, Sara, let's, the floor is all yours. Let's talk about now, again with Darlie.
Okay, so let's get to the events, and really, because that's really what we want to push right now. So TeamFreeDarlie.com has the events, how to get involved. I also update that with anything that she likes, like and how to contact her. You know, her address is on there. The sticker information that she likes is on there. I have a list of books, things to keep her busy, and the ways that you can send them.
Okay, good.
Properly. And then the DarlieBlockDefense.com is you can donate straight to her lawyer through their J. Stephen Cooper, and he has a PayPal link to donate, and it goes straight to him. Again, pro bono all the way, and that has all the case information, everything you need to know. The jpay.com is how you could email her. She gets that within a day or so.
Okay.
And if you do go to jpay.com, you would put in her inmate number. And when you write to her that way, you would want to put your contact information, your return address, in the body of the letter, because she will not get your return email address or anything. If you put it in a subject line, just make sure you want her to write you back, and she does write everybody back.
Okay.
So she's very good, and mail is very important to these women.
Yes. Yes.
It is really the highlight of their day, and it keeps them going.
That's an excellent
It does more
thing to
for
know.
them than we'd ever understand.
Right.
Go ahead, Sara. Spell if they were going to sign up with JPay and they were going to go ahead and send her an email. Go ahead and spell her her name and then with the DOC number. So if someone is listening now that would like to, a lot of people prefer to email than write, they can go ahead and get a support letter out to her now.
Absolutely. So you go to jpay.com. You purchase stamps through them. So it's very, very easy. Each letter, each email is a stamp, and you would put in Darlie Routier, that's D-A-R-L-I-E, Routier, R-O-U-T-I-E-R, and her number, her inmate number, is 999220. And on JPay, you can also put money on her funds because that would help her, with commissary needs, and she does have to buy everything, down to the toilet paper.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Are you kidding?
Wow.
No, I'm not kidding.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, so it, and her defense, we really, all this fundraising on all this stuff is, going towards her defense fund to make sure that when these testings happen, her lawyers are prepared.
Good. Okay, now share, you said that you were going to share the website for them to go on, and then let's tell about the event again. Let's give that day out there with that.
One more thing.
Yes.
With what we're trying to do to get her name out there is a campaign, a video campaign, or a picture campaign. I am Darlie Routier. Hashtag I am Darlie Routier. And you can make a video of things that you have found about her on the internet, or just your daily life about how this could be me. Like, I could wake up one day in the middle of the night and this could happen to me, and what if this was me?
Yes.
And then you hashtag it, and you can, write on the picture, I am Darlie Routier, and we're trying to blast the internet with this to get her name out there and really make people see the facts of it and just how easily that could happen to you.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's amazing.
I am Darlie Routier is fairly new, but we are trying to get that really going. So.
Okay.
And then the event in June is going to be June 14th, and we are going to have some special guests there. We will have a prayer service for the boys in the morning, and a ministry woman that has been ministering to the women on death row there for over 20 years, Jill Archer. She will come and lead us in prayer. So that meant a lot to Darlie because she's had close contact with this woman.
That is wonderful. That is wonderful.
That's going to be wonderful. We will convoy our cars from a meeting point to the Frank Crowley Courthouse downtown in Dallas. We're going to rally. We are going to just get any information out there that we can to anybody driving by. And then we will have a guest speaker out there. And Christine Bunch was also wrongfully convicted for the death of her son.
Oh, my goodness.
And she did 16 years until she was exonerated.
Wonderful.
And she was also interviewed during the last defense. So if anybody wants to go on, when they go to teamfreedarlie.com, there are links to watch all 4 episodes of Darlie.
Okay.
So you'll see that on our website, and Christine Bunch is on there, and she will be coming to the event and rallying with us, and she will be speaking at the rallies.
So, Sarah, is Darlie a relative of yours?
She is not. No, I started out as this broken-hearted mom watching this story,
wow.
and I wrote to her, and we had this relationship blossom, and I have gone to visit, and I will be visiting soon again, and yeah, so she has become a big part of my life, and really this whole experience changed the way I looked at our justice system. I had no idea that you could get caught up
like that
in it like this.
Yes.
I just had no clue.
How many people where you're at are supporting you and Darlie? How many people? You said you all rallied. How many people were there, approximately?
Well, when we did a rally, we rallied in October, and it was pretty quick after the last defense came out. We had a few people, but we did it. It was over a few days.
Okay.
So every day we had different people showing up. We had a few people that were doing documentaries that came and used that as an opportunity. And it really was the first time that brought all the new supporters together with her current supporters to join together. So it was a great experience for us.
Okay.
A learning experience. And then now for June, doing it again, we've got a lot bigger crowd. We've got the mailers that went out, like Sarah had received.
Yes.
And we've got a guest speaker. We've got somebody close to Darlie to lead us in prayer for her boys and this injustice.
And do you all record these sessions that you have?
Record sessions, I'm sorry?
Do you video record the rallies that you all have for her?
We will. Well, this is just starting out new. So we will have two young men doing documentaries. One is actually coming from Illinois.
Excellent.
Okay, good.
Excellent.
Yes, and he has been working. He's into sports casting on the news. So he said he had this conviction come over him after he watched the last event.
Wow.
And he says, I am in the world of sports. This is so not what I do, but I just have this conviction in my heart that I have to help this woman. And he just started following this and is doing a documentary. So we'll be there.
Okay.
That is good. And you do have 100 support from Pink Peacock Project, and I know Operation Freedom out here in Illinois, we have support her 100%.
Yes.
And also now my producer, Wanda Carter, now has joined on as Team Free Darlie. So, and I want to go ahead and wrap this up. I want you again to get out the information for anybody who can go ahead and get on the website so we can go ahead and get, as many supporters as we can. So go ahead and give us the website again and any contact information before we end.
Okay, great. So yes, again, the event website is teamfreedarlie.com, and that will be updated throughout the next couple months, and any fundraisers we're doing will be on there. Teamfreedarlie.com, and then darlieslastdefense.com, and there's a link to that on our website, but that is ran by her lawyers, and that's where you will find everything you need to know about the case to research more of what happened to her.
Okay.
And then I am Darlie Routier, our videos you can put together and send them into our website, or there's also a Facebook page that is ran by her supporters.
Okay.
And it's called Fight Injustice.
Spell that for me real quick. Spell that.
Fight Injustice. So FIGHT.
Okay.
Injustice.
Okay, perfect. Well, I just want to tell you, thank you again, Sara, for joining me today. And I am so happy to have teamed up with you to help free her. And let's bring her home.
Yes, I appreciate you guys so much, and thank you. Thank you for letting me talk.
Thank you.
Anytime. Thank you. Okay, you have a great one, Sara.
You too.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I'd like to shout out to the women at Logan Correctional Facility. Stay positive, strong, and beautiful. To Charles Darby, who is wrongly convicted, sitting on death row in Texas. Stay strong. You'll be home soon. And I also want to shout out to all the men and women on death row and the men and women in all federal and state prisons. Stay strong and never give up. We are your voice. And I also want to shout out to my partner, Brian Vickers, Operation Freedom.